Welcome, heroes. Does Heroscape have any lore? It sure does. There's quite a bit of lore, actually, from every army having its own little bio to webisodes they did back in the day and little commercial bits that had some stories.
I know what to do.
There's some comics as well. There's a thing called Thormun's journal entries, and there's like 5 chapters in that, a lot in there. And there's also little bits of story from the different scenarios that came out with every expansion. And there's a compendium that was made by the community, which has a lot in there too. And with Heroscape being back in production, Renegade's also making scenarios and doing more lore for the new figures and armies. So there's a lot actually of lore for Heroscape, and I had some people request some Heroscape lore videos, and this will be the first one. And we're going to start with Thormun's journals, and we're going to do chapter 1. And so what you're going to hear is directly from the journals, and what you're going to see is just a bunch of stuff I made up to represent to make a fun video. After the video, we'll talk a little bit more, but let's get to it, and I hope you enjoy.
I am Thormun. Valhalla is my homeland, though I no longer recognize the regions I dare to visit. My people, the Kyrie, lived peacefully here for thousands of years under the rule of our arch-Kyries. Then the wellsprings were discovered, and everything changed. Ah, the mysterious wellsprings. 60 years ago, I stumbled upon the first one purely by accident in the Tarn of Volsunga. When I drank its waters, I grew stronger in both body and mind. My wings expanded to wondrous proportions, granting me mystical powers. To my astonishment, I stopped aging. However, the powers faded if I did not drink from the wellspring regularly. For a time, I lived contentedly in this way. But the visions, oh, the visions. Alongside the powers came strange and haunting glimpses of armies clashing on bleak, unfamiliar battlefields. Their images terrified me, yet I continued to drink the water despite my fear. I was not surprised when news came that other wellsprings had been found. Other Kyrie drank from them, gaining similar powers and seeing the same visions. They became a super species and named themselves Valkyrie. They seized control of the wellsprings, and inevitably, a violent struggle arose over the precious waters. I fled before they could find me. Alone and unwilling to wage war, I let my powers fade, and with them, the visions vanished. But the visions of the Valkyrie became a horrifying reality. They discovered that the images in those visions depicted great heroes, warriors, and creatures from other worlds and eras. Using newfound powers, they summoned these beings to Valhalla and forged powerful armies to fight for their causes. Lush valleys and hillsides became military strongholds. Majestic mountains turned into vantage points for deadly attacks. Armies marched, fought, claimed victories, or were vanquished, all in the endless struggle for control of the wellsprings. Alas, Valhalla, my once serene homeland, has become a war-torn and desolate ruin. They call this era the rise of the Valkyrie. I now wander the land in secret, carrying little more than my journals and the heavy burden of guilt. For it all began with me. I record everything I witness or hear so that those who come after me, if any survive, may know the truth. War is everywhere, and its dangers multiply as Utgar's army grows in size and ferocity. I underestimated Utgar's savagery and hunger for power. His massive, tireless, and well-prepared armies attack relentlessly, often with little or no warning, leaving a sickening path of destruction in their wake. And now, they have done the unforgivable. They have invaded my hometown of Tejlaron, the peaceful village where I spent my childhood, where my brother, his wife, and their children had made their home. It is now utterly annihilated, reduced to a smoldering heap of rubble. I can only pray that my friends and family escape safely. Recently, I had the privilege of meeting Jandar, arch-Kyrie and ruler of Nastralund, where many of Utgar's armies are now waging war. When Jandar spoke of his constant need for soldiers and scouts, I eagerly volunteered for a scouting position in his army. The horrors of this war have given me new resolve. I am no longer content to travel in secret. Though I am old, I can still fly, and I know the region well. We will not lose this war. Utgar will not destroy this planet, and I will not sit silently by and watch his evil unfold. Jandar also spoke of other Valkyrie, those who, like him, had drunk from the wellsprings. There are rumors of a Valkyrie in the east named Ular. It is unclear whether Ular is Jandar's ally, Utgar's ally, or serves his own purposes. Jandar is sending emissaries to meet with Ular, as well as 2 others who have recently made their presence known. These other Valkyrie have not yet mastered the difficulties of summoning armies, and for now, their forces remain small. But soon, they too will learn to control the visions, and the war will only worsen. I can only hope their hearts are pure. Last night, I had the pleasure of camping with Jandar's northern army. The army has heard rumors of a pending attack, so they are holding the high ground in the old ruins of Stekavon, located in the southern part of Nastralund. Sonnet Drake Alexander leads this army. He spoke of his family and of a great war on a planet called Earth. He spoke of good and evil. Jandar is noble. Utgar, on the other hand, is evil. Utgar seeks power and wealth, much like many generals from Earth. At what point do we, as intelligent beings, learn from history? Last night I also met Raelin. She is both beautiful and courageous. The Sentinels of Jandar all respect her deeply. She is also a childhood friend of Jandar's. The Sentinels spoke of her valor on the battlefield, and I am glad she is fighting on our side. Today we are going on a scouting mission. I will document all that we see. This is Eric, a Sentinel. The Sentinels are the core of Jandar's army, what's left of it. About 200 Sentinels are stationed with the Northern Army. They are tough, resilient warriors, and most of them have homes near here. Raelin and I traveled along the edge of the forest near Stekavon. She described one of Utgar's many soldiers to me. "Be wary of this creature," Raelin said, "for it never travels alone. Its bluish tint and foul smell are unmistakable. Known as a blade grut from the orc family, this beast moves in large packs, using sheer numbers and jagged blades to hack away at their enemies. There are rumors of thousands of these creatures gathering just outside of Nastralund." Raelin also told me about Utgar's Marro warriors. "In the past," she said, "when I drank from the wellspring, I had visions of these creatures fighting in hordes. Snake-like, skinny, and dripping, they are the most disgusting beings I have ever seen. They are brutal with their weapons, and somehow they seem to be multiplying. During a battle, I witnessed the most unusual thing. As soon as one of these creatures died, another was formed. I saw one creature in the water. It looked as if it was going to split in two. Its body stretched apart, and I thought it was going to tear in half. Then suddenly, there were 2 of them standing where there had been only one. Can such creatures ever be completely destroyed?" As Raelin spoke quietly, we heard something moving through the forest in the distance. We quickly flew up into a large tree with thick leaves, hoping to observe without being spotted. That's when we saw the hideous creature. It seems Utgar has added a new weapon to his already powerful Marro army. This creature was surrounded by an army of Marro drones and a huge horde of blade gruts. On the left flank was a pack of skeletal hounds that looked like another Marro creation. Socket Alexander is not going to be happy. We'll need to make a break for the air and warn the Northern Army.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It took a lot of time editing that video, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did enjoy it, please like the video and put some comments in it. Let me know what you thought about, the art, the voice, the story itself. Like, what do you think about the lore there, and what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it? And let me know if you want me to continue and do these lore videos and make more chapters. If you like the art style that I did for it, I'll continue to do it that way. Or do you want me to switch it up? Do you want me to put just pictures of the figures that it's talking about? Because I have all the figures. I could have figures of Torkulna and the grubs, and I could even set up the scenes with the Heroscape tiles and trees and things if you want to have more of that look, or if you like the made up art look. So let me know in the comments what direction you'd like to see for the next chapter of Thormun's journals, and we'll get through all of Thormun's journals, and then we'll move into Sonlin's journals, and maybe we'll go over the compendium, and maybe we'll look at all the bios for every figure and just kind of go through all the lore there is. If you want me to. So please let me know in the comments if you want to do that. Also, if you want to get yourself some Heroscape, check out the link below. I have an affiliate link there to buy the new stuff coming out. There's a lot coming out and more just keeps coming out. So if you want to get yourself some Heroscape, help out the channel by using that link. And speaking of new Heroscape coming out, if you want to see what is most recent, check out this video over here.